I sure appreciate the job done by the Southwest coaches and coaching staff. Head coach Charlie Anthony and his coaching staff tonight on working on Coach for Cure MD, Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It's a terrible disease that attracts young men. There is no cure for it right now. And so because of the work done in Coach for Cure MD, there is hope in research that the families and the young men have. And that's what we were trying to give tonight. And we appreciate all the fans, number one, who came and donated money. Number two, thanks to Charlie Anthony and the coaching staff of the Bears for putting the work into it, for making it a success here tonight. Our thanks to Lee Kirkendall and Ken Jackson, the baseball coaches, who are our official hosts tonight for our honorary captains, who we'll talk about in just a minute. And our thanks to the baseball team. They were the men who manned the gates tonight and took up the money. You can still donate to Coach for Cure MD. You can text 90999. That's 90999. Type in the word CURE, C-U-R-E, and $5 will be charged to your cell phone bill. Now, you can do that up to 5 times. You can donate $25 that way if you would. Or you can go to the website. It's www.coachforcuremd.org. There's ways that you can make a donation online too. And I'm sure if you didn't give tonight and you saw it before the game what it meant for these guys to be here tonight, you could drop by the business office here at Southwest tomorrow and drop off some money, and I'm sure they would be glad to make sure it got in the right spot. We really want to thank our 2 honorary captains tonight, Aaron and Blake Hightower. Those 2 guys were a ball to have here tonight. Boy, they had a lot of fun. I hope we're going to talk to them tomorrow. They got a chance to meet the football team and all the coaches, the cheerleaders, the softball team. The guys got an autographed football from the Southwest football team, got their own Southwest jersey, and they also got a Southwest baseball cap. And they got to be our honorary captains and go to midfield tonight on the opening toss and meet the captains from Gulf Coast and the officials. And I hope they really had a good time here tonight. Blake and Aaron Hightower, our honorary captains on Coach for Cure. Again, guys, thanks to everybody who helped out. Again, trying to get awareness, trying to have hope, and trying to raise some money for research. So maybe one day that we can find a cure for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We all keep our fingers crossed, no doubt about that. Let's wrap up tonight's ball game here from John I. Hurst Stadium. Well, for the second week in a row, the Bears take a nationally ranked team and play them down to the wire, but just can't pull out a victory. Gulf Coast wins this one. Final score, Gulf Coast 34 and the Southwest Bears 23. We went to the break 21-14. Gulf Coast up by 7. The Bears got the ball to start the second half. Could only gain about 2 yards in 3 plays, had to punt it away, but they snapped the ball over the head of the punter, Salamatacha. He raced back to the 10, picked it up, ran it back to the 15, was tackled there, and that set up Gulf Coast for an easy score. And they cashed it in. They went 3 plays, 15 yards. The running back, Edley, got the touchdown on a 3-yard run. The point was good. In 28-14, it went from a 7-point lead to a 14-point lead quickly in the third quarter, 11:58 to go. In fact, in that third quarter, only 3 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. Well, the next score also put the Bears back in the game. They drove 22 yards in 7 plays, had to settle, though, for a field goal. They ran 4:13 off the clock. Salamatachi checked in, kicked a 29-yard field goal. It was 28-17, still in the third quarter, but with only 31.1 seconds to play in the third quarter. That's how we ended 3 quarters here at John I. Hurst Stadium. The Bears trailed it by 11. And then it was the drive of the night, maybe the drive of the year, the best one we've seen in a long time. The Bears driving to try to cut this lead down to 4, fumble the football at the 9-yard line of Gulf Coast. Gulf Coast recovered it. and then they proceeded to march it 91 yards in 16 plays. They took 8 minutes and 44 seconds off the fourth quarter clock. They got the touchdown on a 3-yard run by Matthews. The point after was no good, but they had stretched that lead back to 17 at 34-17. The Bears with only a minute and a half left to work with, but they did get another score. Tyler Colwell came off the bench to lead the fast break attack. They went 61 yards, only 2 plays, 29 seconds off the clock. It was a 38-yard pass from Colwell to Dunnigan. The 2-point conversion the Bears went for after a penalty was no good, so they trailed it by 11, 34-23. Only 52.7 seconds to go. They got the onside kick, but the first play after the onside kick, an interception by Gulf Coast, and that ended this game at 34-23. The Bears racked up 395 yards in total offense. In fact, the Bears outgained Gulf Coast about 13 yards in the ball game, but fall to the Bulldogs by the score of 34-23. Bears now 1-3 overall. They're 0-2 in the South Division, but 0-2 they've lost to the 13th and the 15th ranked team in the nation in back-to-back weeks. It's tough to go 0-2, but when you play teams like that, you got to play perfect football to win. And the Bears, again, not the number of penalties tonight, but when they happen, really hurt Southwest. Final score 34-23. Gulf Coast now 3-1 on the year after losing their first one to East Mississippi. They've won 3 in a row. They're 2-0 in South Division play. Well, the Bears have retreated to their dressing room. Gulf Coast in the middle of the field now as they celebrate with their fans who made the trip up from Perkinston tonight. They have defeated the Southwest Bears 34-23 here in the South Division game. It's game number 4 of the year for the Bears and for the Bulldogs. Gulf Coast now 3-1. Southwest will drop to 1-3. Let's take a look at the numbers in the ball game. First downs, 23 of them for Gulf Coast. The amazing thing of those 23, 2, 4, 6, 7 came in that final drive that went 91 yards. They rushed the football 40 times for 177 yards. They were 17 out of 24 throwing it for 205 yards. So total yards in the ball game 382 for Gulf Coast. They were penalized 5 times for 25 yards. They fumbled it twice and lost it. They only punted once in the ball game for 53 yards. On the side of the Bears, they rushed it 48 times for 226 yards. They were 8 out of 15 combined passing between Caldwell and Cooper for 169 yards. So 395 the total as far as the total yards for the Bears in the ball game. 15 first downs. They turned it over 3 times on fumbles and once on an interception, plus they snapped it over the punter's head. So when you look at the final total, about 5 turnovers tonight for the Bears didn't help them in this ball game. They punted it 4 times for about a 30-yard average in the game tonight. That's the team numbers. If you want to compare some numbers, first downs, 15 for the Bears, 23 for Gulf Coast. Passing yards, 205 Gulf Coast, 169 for the Bears, but rushing yards, Bears outrushed them 226 to 177. Both teams penalized 5 times, 26 yards for Southwest, 25 yards for Gulf Coast in this ball game tonight. Individually, first for the Bulldogs, Raymond Cotton, the Ole Miss transfer out of Alabama, was 17 of 24 for 205 yards. He moved the ball around to 5 receivers tonight. Javon Bell, his leading receiver, had 9 catches for 145 yards. Thomas had 6 catches for 47 yards. Also, Amaker had 1. Also, it was, Byron Nettles who had 2 for 25. And the final receiver, Lamar Smith, out of the backfield, had 1 catch for 3 yards. Rushing the football tonight, for the Gulf Coast Bulldogs, Josh Richardson, 1 carry for 10 yards. It was a 16 for 66 in the ball game for the starting running back, Kadero Italy. Now remember, the leading rusher for the Bulldogs, Gillum, did not play tonight because of a bum ankle. Lamar Smith picked up some of the yards tonight left by Gillum, 9 carries, 54 yards. Cotton at the quarterback spot, 8 carries for 7 total yards. Also, they had Reginald Matthews, the short yardage back, who came in and only ran it twice for 4 yards, but scored both times he rushed the football. And Nettles had 4 carries on 36 yards from that wing-back position. So that's the individual numbers for Gulf Coast for the Southwest Bears. Cooper on the night, he was 6 of 11 for 101 yards throwing the football. Caldwell 2 of 4 for 68 and an interception. The receptions went to Collins for 49 yards. Dunnigan had 2 for 50. Turner 2 for 35, and Hatcher had 4 for 35. Rushing the football, LeDerick Turner 13 carries, 62 yards. Cooper once again over 100 yards, third time in 4 games, 32 carries, 146 yards for the sophomore quarterback. Elsie carried it twice for 14, Stewart once for 4. So that's the individual numbers there for the Bears and the Dogs.